What's up, Scar Knight, bringing you a small update video of this time the Isle of Armor Sword and Shield's coming out tomorrow or today? Yeah, tomorrow, that's what it is. I got it wrong last time because I literally thought the update was gonna be that day when I said it last time. I think it was like the 5th of June I said it on, but no, it was June 17th. I would have known this had I did a little bit more research, but that was my bad. And I guess there's a lot of other people kind of confused on kind of the similar situation, but not really. They're kind of confused on the times on when this patch is happening because they don't know how exactly this is gonna work. So, you know, just for clarity, for example, like if the US is having midnight, you know, it's not the same as Japan having midnight, so it's not gonna be all at once or all throughout. But the way it's actually gonna work, it's gonna be like a 5-hour period. I forget the Japan time zone areas, like UST or UCT or something like that. But it's 900 hours all the way to 1400 hours, so it's a 5-hour period between 9 a.m. and 2 p.m. If it's not 9 a.m. then it's 9 p.m., but I don't think it's 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. That would be kind of weird if Japan is doing it in the middle of the night for them, but that's how it's gonna work. So 5 hours throughout, so all the servers would be all different, because like if everybody's hopping on there all at once, then the servers are definitely gonna crash. Like just ask any internet website that had overwhelming numbers and crashed their site would tell you that it's not for the best. So, but there's actually pretty decent stuff to talk about, like pretty new stuff that I didn't even know about, and some things that they introduced in the video, you know. And for other news, of course, I never finished talking about Zarude's, like the monkey Pokemon. He has a signature move called Jungle Healing, apparently. Along with their Gigantamax forms, the starter Pokemon in Sword and Shield will also have hidden abilities for the Pokemon Home feature. I forget how it was. I think it's yeah, Pokemon Home. I don't know if they give it to you because I don't have Pokemon Home personally, but that maybe they'll give you an extra Pokemon for this, because it does says level 5, so I guess that's just how it's starting out. But the abilities are, you know, Grookey is Grassy Surge, Scorbunny is Libero, I'm not really sure what that is, and Sobble is Sniper. But what featured in the video, like I already mentioned that the legendary Pokemon are gonna be in the DLC, but more likely in the Crown Tundra, but they're gonna take form as Dynamax just fully throughout with the Pokédens, which is pretty interesting because we saw like crazy stuff like Giratina and Mewtwo, and oh man, this is pretty crazy. But besides seeing Mustard again and Clara and Avery, just a little bit more footage on them, there's this guy right here in the Crown Tundra that's being introduced that was probably more likely the guy that sends you to this adventure, because I did tease about that there's somebody that sent you over here, and I believe it's this guy. His name is Peony, I think. I don't know if it's pronounced differently, but upon arriving in the Crown Tundra, you'll encounter Peony, who has brought his daughter along on an adventure to find the truth behind tales of legendary Pokemon in the area. Listening isn't his strongest suit, and his bold behavior draws plenty of attention, but he has a kind side and plenty of affection for his daughter. They don't introduce his daughter yet, but I'm sure that you'll see him eventually as we get closer to the fall. Of course, you get new looks. That's something I didn't mention before with the styles. You know, like we have Marl right here, style that you could be. Of course, new stickers and stuff like that for your league cards. And there's something called the Cramomatic, based off Cramorant. The dojo on the Isle of Armor houses a unique take on recycling in the form of a device called the Cramomatic. If you feed it 4 items, it will combine them and give you a new item in exchange. You can receive any of a variety of items, including Pokeballs, PP-ups, and more. Some combination might produce rare items. They said they also have an item called the Experience Charm. That's kind of interesting. There's also new tutor moves apparently with the exchange of Armorite ore that you only find in Isle of Armor. So they do have extra moves for the starters, and I know that they also have extra moves for like Dynamax forms and Gigantamax forms, or I guess mostly Gigantamax forms, so there's that. But there's a move called Burning Jealously that's meant for Scorbunny, and like, you know, his lineup. Burning Jealously is a new fire type move that can be taught starting with the expansion. When it hits, it deals damage to all opposing Pokemon and burns all opposing Pokemon that have their stats boosted during the turn. That's actually pretty good, cause if it's a physical attacker and he's trying to Swords Dance, then that'll sever him. I mean, I guess it would bring him back to normal, but it's still good with like ongoing damage throughout. There's this grass move for like the Rillaboom line. Grassy Glide. Grassy Glide is a new grass type move that can be taught starting with the expansion. This move has high priority when using on grass terrain. Wait, how come they don't... They have yet to have a move for Sobble though. I only see fire and grass, I don't see water. Max Soup is a special dish made from rare ingredients you can gather in the Olive Armor. If a Pokemon with great hidden potential drinks Max Soup, it will become a special Pokemon capable of Gigantamaxing. And that's like the only picture of Sobble. I kinda don't understand why they have it here. Some Pokemon you've already been traveling with may be able to gain the ability to Gigantamax as well. A new way to battle, restricted sparring. The Olive Armor will also introduce a way to challenge yourself to some new battles. With restricted sparring, you'll be limited in that types of Pokemon you can use to force the battle until second edition. Give it a try and get some of your Pokemon that are normally overlooked a chance to shine. And there's something called the Galarian Star Tournament, which I have seen, and this is available in the Crown Tundra, which it is interesting because, you know, the Isle of Armor is the, you know, takes place on the island, of course. You know, it's a little bit tropical, and when it comes to the Crown Tundra, it's all snowy. And it's kind of weird that they have this tournament just, you know, in normal conditions, you know, which I didn't really think was taking place either in Isle of Armor or Crown Tundra, so this is his own thing. But it says it's available in the Crown Tundra. Once you progress far enough in your adventure in the Crown Tundra, you'll be able to participate in the Galarian Star Tournament held in the city of Windon. In this tournament, you'll battle with various trainers you met in Pokemon Sword and Shield, but not just as opponents. You'll be able to pick a teammate and tackle the tournament together. And we see like prominent characters throughout Sword and Shield. New co-op play mode. New co-op play mode is available in Crown Tundra. Interesting. I really like this picture right here. That looks really dope. The second area unlocked by your expansion pass is the snow-swept realm of the Crown Tundra. See for yourself the beautiful scenery of this shining silvery landscape. In this frigid area, it is jagged winter mountains. People live in small communities when they support and rely on one another. A man named Peony will appoint you as the leader of the exploration team in the Crown Tundra. You'll then be tasked with the investigation that reaches to its frozen land and remembering the Pokemon dens that you only been able to glimpse during max raid battles. Well, now you'll be able to explore their depths. What's more, it seems a number of previously unseen legendary Pokemon make the Crown Tundra their home. I like how this is supposed to be like an Isle of Armor update and I'm talking about more of the Crown Tundra, but it is interesting. It's the one I'm looking more forward to. This is what I want to talk about for sure. It's like the new Pokemon that I want to talk about. So what I thought was going to be Regivolt or Regizolt or whatever it is now called Regileki, which is an interesting name, but you know, what are you going to do? And I thought the other one's going to be Regidray or Regidrake, but it's Regidrago. And I really like this mon. Someone described it as like being a Charizard. I guess I kind of see it, but you know. And of course there's Kubfu and Urshifu. Just in case you don't know about them, you should have watched the last video that I had for you. I'll probably put it on the link or something. It's probably already been up. Gigantamax, Urshifu of course, and Calyrex. And of course the Gigantamax form of Rillaboom and Cinderace and Inteleon. Gigantamax form of Venusaur and Gigantamax form of Blastoise. But yeah, this is the one I really want to talk about. It's Galarian Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres. Now I had a funny feeling that Zapdos was going to be fighting flying, but it's been confirmed now that he is indeed fighting flying type. His category is the strong leg Pokemon. He's 1.6 meters, 58.2 kilograms. And his ability is Defiant, which could be good because I've been seeing some strategies that people would have like a Lucario who has Defiant as his ability, and then their partner Pokemon would use the move Beat Up, so it would increase their attack every single time they're hit, as many as their teammates, you know, however many teammates they would have in their team. So I had a feeling it was it, and I didn't really show a good picture of it because I saw like a bunch of slashes that I had on the screen. But for the other ones, for some reason it didn't cross my mind. Galarian Moltres, I had a little bit of a better idea, but it is dark flying type, and I thought it was like flying dark, but it is indeed dark flying type. It still has fire aspects to it, so it is pretty interesting. It is the Malevolent Pokemon, dark flying type, 2 meters, 66 kilograms, with the Berserk ability. And as for Galarian Articuno, apparently is the cruel Pokemon, and it's psychic flying. Even though it's psychic flying, I have been told that one of his moves actually is a psychic move, but it could cause freezing. So it seems like the Galarian forms of the legendary birds are a little bit more ruthless. 1.7 meters, 50.9 kilograms, it has competitive as his ability. So let's talk about Articuno a little bit more in depth here. A cruel, arrogant legendary Pokemon. Once every several decades, this migratory Pokemon appears in the Crown Tundra. For a long time, it was thought to be the same legendary Pokemon as the Articuno, previously discovered in other regions. Though cold and callous in personality, it moves in a highly refined manner. It keeps itself airborne throughout constant use of its psychic powers, almost never flapping its wings. Oh wow. Freezing psychic power. This Pokemon battles using the intense psychic powers that acts directly on the cells of living beings. The beams of psychic energy fired from its eyes have a particularly potent effect. The slightest touch of these beams leave the victim totally immobilized, as if frozen. The Pokemon finishes off immobilized opponents using the condensed psychic powers of its wings. Galarian Articuno signature move, Freezing Glare. Freezing Glare is a psychic type special move to which the Pokemon attack by firing psychic power from both eyes. This move may also leave the target frozen. Wow. That's really interesting. There's a picture of him like shooting laser beams from his eyes. And I know I was a little bit out of order, and now I'm going back in order. So now let's go talk about Galarian Zapdos here. Cause like I just looked at the bottom and now there's all this information right here. A legendary Pokemon that loves battling mighty opponents. My type of Pokemon, Zapdos was the one I was looking forward to the most. Once every several decades, the migratory Pokemon appears in the Crown Tundra. For a long time, it was thought to be the same legendary Pokemon as the Zapdos, previously discovered in other regions. The belligerent, battle-hungry Pokemon seems unable to resist challenging Pokemon. Its senses may be stronger than itself. Lightning that strikes from stone walls. In battle, this Pokemon overwhelms opponents with speedy movements from ferocious kicks using its naturally mighty legs. When it leaps down cliffs and rocky mountainsides in ultra-high speed zigzag movements, it is said to resemble a bolt of lightning. However, its wing seems atrophied and it appears to be a poor flyer. Galarian Zapdos signature move, Thunderous Kick. In this fighting type physical move, the Pokemon overwhelms the target with a lightning-like movement before delivering a kick. It also lowers the target's defense stat. That's pretty cool. Yeah, this one for some reason stood out to me, and I do like Galarian Moltres a lot too, but it's for some reason that's like the first thing I noticed when Galarian Zapdos was first introduced. It's all like that wasn't electrical powers or anything, because for some reason in my head when I saw Galarian Articuno come out, I'm all like, oh, that's like Ice Beam kind of that shot out, and I saw Moltres and I'm all like, oh, that's really cool, you know, he's still fire. But then I'm all like, why is Zapdos different? But no, they're all different. It's like no duh. But sometimes I've been thinking like Alolan forms and Galarian forms still kept certain types to themselves, but no. But yeah, let's talk about Galarian Moltres now. A legendary Pokemon that lets nothing get close. What was that supposed to mean? Once every several decades, this migratory Pokemon appears in the Crown Tundra. For a long time, it was thought to be the same legendary Pokemon as Moltres, previously discovered in other regions. It is haunting personality and conducts itself calmly, according to its own whims. Well, I mean, it says it's the malevolent Pokemon, so I thought they were all just pissed off. It seems Articuno's the most pissed off, so I don't know how malevolent Moltres actually is, but either way, an aura-like blazing pillar of fire. It exudes the energy churning within its body as an aura akin to a column of raging fire, leaving ordinary Pokemon unable to even approach it. It is especially skilled at attacking opponents' minds by spreading its wings wide and unleashing a wicked aura. Opponent hit by such attacks are overcome with deep fatigue as if all their energy has been burned away. I like that they find different ways to explain their features. It's like, oh, Galarian Articuno is freezing the opponent with his mind. Zapdos is quick like lightning, and Moltres is, messing with the person and burning them away. It's like, okay. Galarian Moltres' signature move, Fiery Wrath. In this dark type special move, the Pokemon transform into a wrath into a fire-like aura to attack. It may also make the opposing Pokemon flinch. And there's a really cool picture of Galarian Moltres right here. It looks really dope. I like this. It's kind of like Yveltal in a certain way. And you can kind of see a spooky, scary energy. Because when I'm looking at the fire closer, I do definitely get like a sorcery vibe through his fiery look. I don't know. Articuno seems to be the most vicious one though. Like, that's pretty interesting. Of course, the new regional forms that we talked about with Galarian Slowpoke and Galarian Slowbro. Eventually there'll be a Galarian Slowking introduced in the Crown Tundra. And there's like a whole different amount of Pokemon that's being introduced, like Glaking Rock and Kingdra, Volcarona, Zora, Dedenne, Azumarill, Chansey, Magnezone, and so on. And there's like a picture for the Crown Tundra of all the extra Pokemon that are going to introduce there, like Nidorino, Beldum, Auroras, Cragno, Garchomp, Beleke, Crobat, and Celio, and so on. So there's that going for us. But that's why I thought I should make this video. It's like mainly talking about the Galarian trios, because that's what stood out to me. There is exclusive moves for certain Pokemon though, which is cool. Talking about Urshifu, there's the single strike style, which is fighting dark, and the rapid strike style, which is fighting water. But they do have signature moves. Let's see what it is. Single strike style Urshifu signature move, Wicked Blow. An Urshifu that has followed the path of darkness can unleash this single severe blow. This move always results in a critical hit, allowing Urshifu to attack while ignoring the target's stat changes. Oh, what's that move called? I forgot what it was. It's like Chipped Away or something. But it doesn't crit, is the thing. It's kind of like that type of move. Rapid Strike style Urshifu signature move, Surging Strikes. An Urshifu that has followed the path of water can unleash this flowing 3-hit combo. This move always results in critical hits, allowing Urshifu to attack while ignoring the target's stat changes. So is that one too. So are they the same power? It's just like different type advantages. His ability is Unseen Fist. Unseen Fist is a new ability introduced with this expansion, and one with the only single strike Urshifu and rapid strike Urshifu have. This ability lets the Pokemon deal damage when it is attacked with the moves that make direct contact, even if the target defends itself by using moves like Protect. Okay, so it's no guard, but ×2. Alright. Note, Kubfu will evolve into either single strike style Urshifu or rapid strike style Urshifu. Which forms it evolves into will change depending on choices made during your adventure. The forms are not tied to the game version you are playing. But they are, depending on which place that you would pick on the twin temples of water or darkness. There's that going for you. So some of the Gigantamax forms that have different moves is of course Urshifu also having an extra move. I thought Venusaur and Blastoise has them, but yeah, Gigantamax Venusaur and Blastoise is there. Pretty cool. It doesn't say the weight, and it says it's kind of the meters, relatively. It says 29 plus meters, and then for some reason Rapid Strike style is smaller for some reason, 26 plus meters. They look like the same size to me. If anything, you know, because of the stance, the water one is a little bit higher. Either way, the G-Max move, G-Max One Blow, and G-Max Rapid Flow. Okay, well, put your innuendos in the comments below. I'm going to take a look at Calyrex to see what other things it has going for us. So we know that Calyrex is Psychic Grass type. It says the category is the King Pokemon, 1.1 meters. See, I don't really know what's the conversion with meters and like feet, so I don't know how tall he actually is. He doesn't look that tall to me. He looks like he's below 4 feet. But 7.7 kilograms in the Unnerve ability. A noble leader, this Pokemon ruled all of Galar in ancient times. Though it appears delicate and slight, its every move dispelled with grace and dignity. It also has extremely high intelligence, and is said to see every past, present, and future event. It has big brain. That's what it has. I didn't think that sounded more innuendo-y than when it came out of my mouth, but alright, let's talk about Regileki. Electron Pokemon, electric type, 1.2 meters. So why is he the same height almost? I don't know, that's a bit weird. 145 kilograms, he seems heavy for some reason. His ability is Transistor, I don't know what that means at all. A body with bottomless supply of electricity. This Pokemon absorbs electrons to live. Electrical energy makes up most of its body. Its electrical type moves are said to pack the greatest power of any used by electric type Pokemon. What does it mean by that, actually? That just tells me that it's like a really good battery. That's pretty amazing. I mean, it does kind of look like a light bulb, you know, a little bit. So they're saying that he's the strongest electric type. So like Regileki versus like Reshiram would... Well, I mean, that doesn't mean... I feel like it's difference in power physically. Like, I'm pretty sure... Or not Reshiram, it says Reshiram, huh? I meant Zekrom. I feel like Regileki versus Zekrom would still win, though. Even though it's saying his thunder is stronger than his, but like, what about his overall power, you know? Strength restrained by special equipment. Researchers have determined that Regileki's body is fitted with what appears to be a special insulating equipment that does not conduct electricity. Some theorize that in ancient times, people tormented by Regileki fitted the equipment on the Pokemon to restrain its power. Oh wow, that's interesting. So did it look slightly different? Like, would it have, you know, without the blue bolts, would it be more sporadic? Because there's the picture to the left that's kind of a little bit more severed on some thunder extensions. Would it be more sporadic? I don't know. Regileki signature move, Thunder Cage. In this electric type special move, the Pokemon fires furious bolts of electricity from his lower half, trapping opponents directly below. In it, a cage of lightning. Thunder Cage doesn't only deal damage to opponents when it lands, it also causes them to trap within an electrified cage, causing damage every turn for 4 to 5 turns, preventing them from fleeing or being swapped. It almost seems like it's a fire spin. It's really trapping the Pokemon. This is a great picture of him, by the way. It almost looked like a almost entirely different game with like different graphics. I don't know, I think it's just the lighting that made it look like that. Alright, last but not least, let's talk about Regidrago. The Dragon Orb Pokemon. It's Dragon type, 2.1 meters, he's taller than Regileki. 200 kilograms with Dragon's Maw ability. It might as well be a Tapu, because like, you know, Tapu Koko has like the things on the side of his arms. So I see like a trend here. Oh, that looks really cool. I just saw ahead, my bad. A cluster of dragon energy. Regidrago's body is composed of crystallized dragon energy. The energy is densest in its central core, thanks to its body composition. Regidrago can use dragon type moves with greater power than any other Pokemon. Huh. That's interesting. So just like Regileki, he is the embodiment of dragon, which I'll accept. I don't know though. He uses dragon type Pokemon moves the best. Just like Regileki has the best electric type moves. I still feel like Regidrago wouldn't be able to take on Zekrom. Like, they would have a better chance if they were together, like Regileki and Regidrago versus Zekrom, but I feel like Zekrom would still win. I don't know. Maybe I'm just biased, man. I don't know. The sealed Regidrago. Folklore tells that the legendary Pokemon Regigigas tried to create a Pokemon from crystallized dragon energy but ran out of crystals and was only able to complete the head. People of old feared that if Regidrago were to be completed, it would rain destruction on their land, so they sealed it away within a temple. That writes itself. That's a great story narrative. Like, imagine an evil team trying to assemble the perfect Regidrago, because you know that there was like the same thing, like I keep on mentioning about Zekrom. They keep on talking about Zekrom, Reshiram, and Kyurem, making it the perfect dragon, like the combined fusion of it, not just Kyurem Black and Kyurem White, but the perfect dragon. But imagine this storyline. Like, if anybody is trying to make a Pokemon game and thinking of ideas of what the storyline is, imagine this storyline, like where Regidrago would be the story focus here, where a team is trying to assemble that and it would compete with any Pokemon. Because if it's already the embodiment of dragon that does better dragon type moves than every other dragon, that includes Garchomp, that includes Dragonite, that includes Rayquaza, then making it the perfect form Regidrago is a threat. Like, that's pretty interesting. I don't know why. I don't know. Because for Regileki, like, he's restrained, but I feel like even if you were to let him loose, there's something that would be able to defeat him. But this is just the head of Regidrago, not the rest of the body. It's already taller than Regileki, just imagine that. So Regidrago's signature move, Dragon Energy. The Pokemon assumes a shape similar to a dragon head, then fires intense dragon energy from its mouth. The more HP the user has remaining, the higher the move's power. Yeah, man, that's really interesting. I'm really hyped for it though. And that's still Crown Tundra. But yeah, either way, tomorrow will be Isle of Armor. So whoever you're gonna be siding with, whether it's darkness or water with your Kubfu, be sure to do that. And don't forget to evolve your Slowpoke and have fun playing the good old DLC. I don't know how long this video will be, but it might more so be like 20 minutes, maybe less, I don't know. You already see the timer, but that is it. If you're new here, be sure to watch some of my other videos. I do the video games, and if you like playing video games, you might like my stuff. So with that being said, white tigers and dragons to you, and you've been scarred by the night. I'm out.